British royal family is no stranger to scandal, but lately it seems the storm has moved from Buckingham Palace to the quieter corners of Windsor. And at the center of that storm are two women who never asked for the spotlight, but can't seem to escape it. Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie, the daughters of Prince Andrew and Sarah Ferguson. Welcome back to Celebrity Undercurrent, where we dive deep beyond the headlines. Let's dive right into today's story. For years, the York sisters have walked a careful line, loyal to their family, yet eager to forge their own identities beyond the crown. But as their father faces one of the harshest royal reckonings in modern history, and as King Charles and Prince William move to reshape the monarchy for a new era, Beatrice and Eugenie are suddenly finding that their royal bloodline may come at a very heavy price. This is the story of how two princesses found themselves caught between love, loyalty, and a monarchy in crisis. It all began with what seemed like an inevitability. After years of speculation, controversy, and public outcry, King Charles officially confirmed that Prince Andrew would no longer hold any active royal titles or duties. The announcement wasn't made during a grand ceremony or royal address. It came quietly, almost clinically, a simple statement confirming what the world already suspected, that the Duke of York had finally been stripped of the last remnants of his royal power. But behind the public statement, there was chaos. According to GB News and The Times, Beatrice and Eugenie were blindsided. They weren't informed ahead of time, not officially, not even as a courtesy. Instead, they found out almost at the same time as the rest of the country. Royal insiders described the sisters as shocked and devastated. One palace source claimed they felt betrayed, that such a monumental decision had been made without even a warning. To them, it wasn't just about their father losing titles. It was about losing the last threads connecting their family to the institution that defined their lives. In the days that followed, the York family reportedly went silent. Prince Andrew, already withdrawn from public life, became increasingly isolated at Royal Lodge, the sprawling Windsor estate he refused to vacate despite mounting pressure from King Charles. Meanwhile, Sarah Ferguson tried to act as the peacekeeper, though she herself was facing her own struggles after losing access to certain royal privileges. Beatrice and Eugenie, sources say, felt torn in two directions. On one hand, they deeply loved and supported their father. On the other, they understood the reality that aligning too closely with him could jeopardize their standing with the rest of the royal family. According to Hello magazine, both sisters began spending more time away from Windsor. Beatrice attended several charity events abroad, while Eugenie, who has long split her time between the UK and Portugal, increased her overseas appearances. It wasn't a coincidence. It was a quiet attempt to protect their reputations and create distance from the scandal brewing back home. King Charles's reign has been marked by reform, not just symbolic gestures, but real structural change. He has made it clear that the future monarchy will be smaller, more accountable, and less indulgent of controversy. Gone are the days of sprawling royal households and endless public funding. This shift, according to The Telegraph, has been quietly endorsed by Prince William, who is already assuming a more managerial role within the institution. Together, Charles and William are said to be enforcing a zero-tolerance approach to reputational risk, an approach that leaves little room for figures like Andrew or for the family members most closely associated with him. And that's where Beatrice and Eugenie come in. While Charles has reassured them privately that they will retain their royal titles, Princess Beatrice of York and Princess Eugenie of York, he's made it clear that those titles come without any official responsibility or protection. No security, no public funding, no official role. In other words, they can call themselves princesses, but they are no longer part of the working royal system. According to Marie Claire and Cosmopolitan, the real pressure point may have come from Prince William. Several sources close to the palace claim that William privately insisted that Prince Andrew's continued residence at Royal Lodge, the same property subsidized by the Crown estate, was untenable. Not only did it reflect poorly on the monarchy, but it also risked undermining Charles's efforts to modernize the royal image. And here's where things reportedly became tense. It's believed that William suggested, or at least implied, that if Andrew refused to comply and step away, there might be a broader review of royal privileges associated with the York family. In simpler terms, if Andrew stayed put, his daughters might pay the price. To the public, this was invisible. But within the royal ecosystem, it was seismic, a quiet ultimatum that put Beatrice and Eugenie in an impossible position. They were forced to choose between supporting their father or safeguarding their own futures within the family. Throughout this storm, Sarah Ferguson has been both a comfort and a complication. She remains fiercely loyal to Prince Andrew. Even after their divorce, the two continued living together for years at Royal Lodge, but her recent statements have sparked concern among royal insiders. After Andrew's eviction rumors began swirling again in the Daily Mail and the Mirror, Ferguson publicly defended her ex-husband, insisting that he is a kind, good man and that family comes first. Her loyalty, while admirable to some, has reportedly frustrated senior royals who believe she is reopening wounds that the palace is desperate to close. Beatrice and Eugenie, insiders claim, have tried to act as mediators, balancing their mother's outspoken defense of Andrew with their desire not to alienate King Charles or William. It's an emotional tightrope that has left both sisters exhausted. Despite everything, the York sisters have remained remarkably composed in public. Beatrice continues to attend high-profile events alongside her husband, Edoardo Mapelli Mozzi, while Eugenie remains involved in charity work focused on sustainability and human trafficking. But royal reporters note subtle changes, a hesitancy, a tension behind their smiles. According to The Times, both sisters feel like collateral damage in a war they didn't start. They were raised with the values of service and loyalty, yet they're being punished for their father's choices. Friends of the family told Marie Claire that the sisters have struggled privately with feelings of shame and isolation, especially as their public roles have diminished. There's a sense that they no longer know exactly where they belong. They are royal enough to be watched, but not royal enough to be protected. Some royal historians now believe that we are witnessing the quiet end of the York branch's royal relevance. Without official duties or residences, the sisters' influence is fading. They may always have their titles, but in practice, they are private citizens. For some, this might sound like a tragedy, but others see it as an opportunity. One insider told The Telegraph that both Beatrice and Eugenie want to build independent lives, careers, families, identities, away from the shadow of the crown. Beatrice has long shown interest in tech and finance, while Eugenie has become a respected voice in the art world and environmental activism. In many ways, they represent a new kind of royalty, one that blends duty with normality and privilege with purpose. And yet, no matter how far they go, the shadow of their father's scandal lingers. Interestingly, public sentiment toward Beatrice and Eugenie seems to be shifting. While the scandals surrounding their father damaged their public image, many now see the sisters as sympathetic figures, young women unfairly caught in the crossfire. Even royal critics have acknowledged that Beatrice and Eugenie have handled their circumstances with grace. Social media is full of support for the pair, with comments calling them the most relatable royals and praising their refusal to engage in public drama. In a world where every royal controversy is amplified, their silence has spoken volumes. Still, the palace machine is powerful, and no amount of goodwill can fully protect them if the monarchy decides that the York name has become too heavy a burden. If history has taught us anything, it's that the royal family always finds a way to adapt, often at the expense of individuals who don't fit the mold. From Edward VIII's abdication to Princess Diana's exile from royal life, the institution has a long tradition of self-preservation. The York sisters, unfortunately, may be its latest casualties. But there's also another side to history: resilience. Just like their mother, Sarah Ferguson, who rebuilt her public image from scandal to respectability, Beatrice and Eugenie may yet find their own redemption arc. Their story isn't over. It's evolving, as the monarchy moves into a new phase under King Charles and the ever-watchful influence of Prince William. The York sisters are quietly redefining what it means to be royal in the modern world. They are not exiled, they are not disgraced, but they are changed. What they've lost in privilege, they may gain in freedom. And perhaps, years from now, history will remember them not for the scandals that surrounded their family, but for the dignity with which they rose above them. Because in the end, being royal isn't about titles or palaces, it's about how you carry yourself when the crown no longer protects you. This has been the story of Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie, two women caught in the crosswinds of royal reform and family turmoil. As the monarchy continues to evolve, their choices will define not only their futures, but perhaps the entire legacy of the York name. Thank you for watching Celebrity Undercurrent, where we uncover the truth behind the glamour of the crown. If you enjoyed this deep dive into royal reality, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts below. Do you think the York sisters deserve more compassion, or should the monarchy truly start fresh? The conversation continues. Under the Current.